Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking about Bitcoin and the stock market and also the rate cut that is happening in a couple days. So we'll briefly touch up on Bitcoin. So in my last couple videos I talked about how Bitcoin had this good rally up, but this key level will be very important. And then we tested this level and we have seen a rejection. So going in a smaller time frame, it touched that resistance line and rejected. This doesn't mean that the price is bearish in any means. If we go into the smaller time frame, like I mentioned, we have created a 5-wave move up, which is a bullish signal, and we've also broken the resistance level that we had, and currently this could just be a corrective wave. But the first thing to point out is that we did break this short-term trend line that we've created, and we broke through, tested this, and rejected. So what this could mean is that this could be the start of the 3-wave move down. So maybe this could be A wave, and then we could see a B wave, and then we could see a C wave correction. And some of the key levels to watch out for are these levels. So Bitcoin does not want to break below 54,261. Ideally, we would want to find support in these three areas to continue the bullish bias. So like I said, it might be an A, B, C wave and find support somewhere and then continue to create another 5-wave move up. So the bearish scenario would be if Bitcoin cannot hold the price between these levels. So there will be a lot of action happening the next couple of days with the Fed rate cuts, and I've talked about how the Fed rate cuts have a pretty big move on the market. So I'll keep you guys posted with that. So with Bitcoin, we're just watching out for these levels, and in a few hours the stock market is opening, so we should be able to see some clearer directions. So going to the S&P 500 at the moment, so just to briefly touch up on it. So S&P has been traveling in this large resistance band since 2010. As you can see, that was the first point of resistance. We had one in the 21-22, and currently we did break slightly above, and now we are currently testing this level between 56.30 and 56.50. And we have these support trend lines that we've tested multiple times. So this is another level to watch out for. So we have the market opening in a few hours, and we did have a very strong sell-off multiple times. 1 and 2. And currently now we are testing for the third time. So the key things to watch out for the market open and for the week ahead. If we want to maintain a bullish bias, we want to break above this level. But if we see a strong rejection here, I'd call that a triple top, and we should see a correction further down. I'm not saying that the market is going to immediately touch this level, but just keep in mind that if this level rejects today, we will potentially see a bigger correction, and then we'll probably test these levels or break down, test, or it could go further down. Some things I want to note in relation to the rate cut that is happening this week is that a lot of the times, well, not a lot, there has been times where when the Feds cut rates, the market goes down. And you may be wondering why. Because it's technically a bullish thing, right? Like lower rates, it should free up more capital and people should be investing more. But if we compare the US interest rates to the S&P 500, so we have seen multiple cases. So I'm just going to go back to the year 2000. So we had a high interest rate here as well, found the terminal rate, and then as soon as we started cutting rates, we saw a market correction. Same here in 2007, we found a rate, we stayed there for a bit, and then once the market crashed, when the interest rate cut, we saw the market tumble. And I mean, if you look at it here as well, when we cut the rate, it wasn't an immediate move to the downside. We did have a reaction to the upside, and then as more rates come, we saw further moves towards the downside. So actually, yeah, so here is the 2020 example. This is a little bit different. So back then we had the high interest rate as well. We had the rate here, stayed there for a little bit, and then for this one, the market actually moved higher, but once the Fed cut rates aggressively, we saw the massive drop. And a lot of the people will say that we can't really use this as an example because of COVID. So, but looking back into the other cases, a lot of the time, out of those times, the market did react towards the downside. So that's one thing to note. We are at critical resistance. And as we saw that when the interest rate cuts, we did see market tumble a little bit. So keep in mind, and I guess we'll find the direction when the rate cuts. So looking at the Nasdaq as well, we've been trending in this channel with support, resistance, support, and resistance. And we saw a rejection down, and it's not even at the resistance, it's already it's struggling to even break here, but I guess it'll really depend on when the market opens in a few hours. But yeah, that's it for today. So there I've pointed out the key levels to watch out for, and with the rate cut happening in a few days, it should give a clearer direction on where the market could be heading next. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.